halfway through the first season of the World Enduro Super Series, a one-of-a-kind competition that follows thousands of pro and amateur riders as they go head-to-head in 8 countries through the world's most difficult terrain. They're fighting for a €100,000 KTM crossbow and the title of Ultimate Enduro Champion. So far, we've seen 4 races full of monster climbs, big air, unexpected twists, turns, and epic finishes. Now, let's look back on the highlights that got us here. It all kicked off in May at Extreme XL Lagares in Portugal. The perfect place to begin, WESS, this 3-day event got underway with an evening enduro cross. It was a stormy start to the season with riders slipping and sliding over obstacles in an effort to get the first win of the series. It was a rocky start for some, like Polish legend Trèfle Lozérien, who got disqualified for going off track. Most of the race saw Brits Johnny Walker and Billy Bolt fighting for first until Walker went down in a rock garden and Billy slid past to win. Thousands of fans filled the streets of Porto for the Day 2 prologue, where riders ferociously raced over obstacles, including narrow street corridors and century-old stairways. Johnny Walker took the prologue podium and the stage was set for the main event. First to hit the track, Walker flew through the beginning of the race with confidence. He saw competition from 2017 Lagares champ Wade Young, eager to reclaim his title. Trèfle Lozérien, who started near the back of the pack due to his enduro cross disqualification, rode all the way into 4th place. But it was the evening enduro cross winner Billy Bolt who crossed the finish line first after 4 hours of riding to win Extreme XL Lagares 2018 and get the first 1,000 WESS points of the season. Round 2 of WESS took us to the famously frenzied competition known as the Erzbergrodeo Red Bull Hair Scramble. Here, thousands of fans assembled at Erzberg to watch 1,800 competitors climb a mighty mine known as the Iron Giant. It didn't disappoint. Round 1 WESS winner Billy Bolt fought hard against Johnny Walker, Manuel Lettenbichler, and Graham Jarvis as they jockeyed for first and second position. Fans witnessed Bolt helping Lettenbichler up a section called Green Hell. Lettenbichler was in the lead but decided to run back and return the favor, helping Bolt through the same section.
I'm coming!
Manny's unbelievable sportsmanship allowed Walker and Jarvis to overtake them. It was a nail-biting finish that saw the silent assassin Jarvis come in on top to take his 4th Erzberg victory. Walker claimed 2nd and Lettenbichler was 3rd. At this point, thanks to solid performances at the first 2 rounds, KTM's Johnny Walker was ahead in the overall WESS standings, with Husqvarna's Billy Bolt and Erzberg champ Graham Jarvis tied for 2nd. The standings began to shift at round 3 of WESS, which took us to France for the 32nd annual Trèfle Lozérien AMV. Only 5 days after the Erzbergrodeo Red Bull Hair Scramble, riders made their way to the quiet French mountain town of Mende for the first classic enduro of the season. 600 pro and amateur riders attacked this 3-day race, where French riders dominated on home turf and hard enduro experts were challenged in new and unexpected ways. The contrast of leisurely riding through liaisons, mixed with extremely intense speed battles against the clock at 5 special stages per day, was nothing new for Yamaha's Marc Bourgeois, who had the fastest time on day 1. After an accident on day 2, Bourgeois was out and Emmanuel Albapar had the fastest time. On day 3, a new face to this race, Spain's Josep Garcia dominated with the fastest times in 4 of the 5 special tests. It was good enough to get him 3rd place overall, only 0.7 of a second behind 2nd place Theo Espinaz. Taking the Trèfle Lozérien title with the best time after 3 days of racing was French rider Loïc Larieux. With most hard enduro pros nowhere near the podium at Le Trèfle, the overall WESS standings didn't change that much leading into round 4. But they were about to. At the hardest enduro of them all, Red Bull Romaniacs. Epic Edition 15 of this race saw the same intensity that fans and riders from 53 nations have come to know and love. Thousands of onlookers descended on the main street of downtown Seaview for the Day 1 prologue, where competitors rode across some of the most insane obstacles ever created. It saw some big spills from Tadej Blazusiak and Mario Roman, as well as near-flawless riding from first place on the prologue podium, Billy Bolt. Next up was 4 days of hardcore off-road racing through the surrounding Transylvanian countryside. Wade Young and Manuel Lettenbichler went toe-to-toe on day 1, with Young crossing the finish line first, but Lettenbichler with the fastest time. Their front-of-the-pack dominance lasted through day 2. Then, on day 3, things got weird. It might have had something to do with the full blood moon eclipse, but the third day was full of strange events.
I'm gonna have to stop.
Two legends of the sport, Tadej Blazusiak and Graham Jarvis, dropped out of the race due to illness. They received 0 WESS points, which left it open for other riders like Billy Bolt to climb the ranks. Young again took the fastest time on day 3. He continued building on that momentum on the final day of the off-road, where he took the victory. At 22 years old, he became the youngest ever winner of Red Bull Romaniacs. After 4 rounds of WESS, Johnny Walker is still in the lead, but Manuel Lettenbichler is closing in. Billy Bolt and Wade Young are now further ahead in the standings than Jarvis and Blazusiak. It's too early to tell, but halfway through the WESS season, it looks as though there could be a changing of the guard. The question is, will the legends make a comeback against the young guns as we enter the second half of the World Enduro Super Series? The next stop is Poland for Red Bull 111 Megawatt. Catch all the Enduro action on Red Bull TV. We're halfway through the first season of the World Enduro Super Series, a one-of-a-kind competition that follows thousands of pro and amateur riders as they go head-to-head in 8 countries through the world's most difficult terrain. They're fighting for a €100,000 KTM crossbow